Welcome to the What's Good Podcast, the tutorial series video.
My name is Natty. I'm a teaching and performing artist based in New York City. And in this series of video, we'll explore the basics of podcasting and how to create your own. But before we get started, we wanted to hear from our GirlBeHeard participants. And we asked them, what podcasts do you listen to and what do you like about them?
So right now I'm really into the A24 podcast. One of the reasons why I like it, I just like A24 as like a company itself. I love their movies. I have a lot of my favorite movies are from A24, but mostly what I enjoy about it, they always pick two people to speak that you would never really think mesh well together or go well together. They always pick two people with like completely different personalities, but also very similar in this, like at the same time, like two people who are involved in like the entertainment industry, but generally do very different things. So it makes for a very interesting conversation that's always really fun to listen to. But
yeah, so I feel as though I listen to, first of all, Liz, who is one of our GirlBeHeard active performers. I believe that she has a podcast with her organization, which is, I think it's called Astra. So, or Asterlit as the podcast is named. It's essentially bringing in artists and different inspirational leaders and being able to speak to them about different issues. I know that I went on the podcast to talk about mental health and artistry. I also remember listening to another podcast, I believe by the New York Times, and in school I listened to one that was on forensics and understanding jurisprudence and legislation in terms of how these cases move forward. I listen to them because I feel as though it is a methodology of learning and understanding the world in a way at which you might have not understood prior to that.
We also wanted to share some of our favorite episodes from podcasts all produced by amazing female artists.
Today's episode is about allowing yourself to feel emotion and actually sitting with that emotion instead of pushing it down and acting like it doesn't exist, because it's a human thing. Emotion is a human thing, and I feel like us as a society, we've gotten so used to having our feelings invalidated to the point where we don't believe that our feelings should be validated. We feel like expressing ourselves and showing emotion or crying or yelling or being sad or angry or anything except happy is a bad thing, and it's not.
I am going to be talking about how cancel culture is a lot worse towards women, and the main thing that kind of like made me realize this was actually from a school project. So we had to do like a case study on morality, and we had to look for an issue, and then our issue was about cancel culture. And then obviously I put like a freaking feminist perspective on it, and I started to realize that women are way more likely to be canceled for a lot petty, very petty reasons compared to men.
Friends, but it just never really felt like, okay, this is like, these are really like my true friends. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's something that I created in my head just because that was the way that I was thinking, or if it was something that was actually true. But when you think about it in your head, you obviously feel like, okay, what I'm feeling is true. Like, I just don't belong here. And these people are like being friends with me or hanging out with me because they want to be nice. You know, they don't want to like tell me, oh no, I didn't want you there or something.
We hope that all these different clips inspired you to start your own podcast. As you can see, it's a very open form. You can do it solo, in collaborations, it can be interviews, storytelling, debating, it can be whatever you want it to be. So find us in the next video to learn how to record your own voice and make your first episode.